Hey you two, welcome back to Be You, where we dive into the world of vintage tech. I'm B, and today, we're taking a trip down memory lane as we review the iconic Powerbook G4 12-inch. If you're a tech enthusiast or just love the nostalgia of early 2000s computing, you're in for a treat. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on all things retro tech. Now, let's get started.
Today's journey takes an unexpected turn as my trusty MacBook Air decides to tap out on me. So, what's a tech enthusiast to do? Well, dive headfirst into the world of used vintage MacBooks, of course. Enter the Powerbook G4, a gem that landed in my hands during this unforeseen tech odyssey. Instantly, I found myself smitten with its charm and unique quirks. Now, let me spill the details on this classic beauty. Oh, and did I mention the roller coaster ride of reinstalling macOS? Buckle up, because this review's about to unfold a tale of unexpected love and tech challenges. Let's dive in.
Today, we're diving into a piece of tech history, the iconic Powerbook G4. But here's the twist. It's not just about the specs, it's about the timeless charm that still captivates us in 2023.
The Powerbook G4, released in January of 2003, was a game-changer in its time. It boasts a sleek aluminum design, a compact 12-inch display, and the power of Apple's G4 processor. Today, we'll explore its design, performance, and see how it holds up in 2023. First things first, let's talk about the design. The Powerbook G4 12-inch is a beauty with its brushed aluminum finish. The 12-inch display makes it incredibly portable, and the keyboard layout has that classic Apple charm. I'll also touch on the iconic light-up Apple logo on the lid, a feature that never gets old. The Powerbook G4, a piece of tech that not only defined an era, but also left an indelible mark on Apple's design philosophy. One of the standout features of the Powerbook G4 was its shift to an aluminum construction. This move marked Apple's embrace of the sleek and durable material, laying the foundation for the aluminum unibody MacBooks we know today. In its first generation, the Powerbook G4 showcased a titanium case, not only contributing to its lightweight design, but also adding a robust and durable quality to the device. It was a testament to Apple's commitment to both form and function. Now let's talk about that unforgettable moment when Steve Jobs introduced the Powerbook G4. During a keynote at Macworld Expo 2001, Jobs dramatically unveiled the device with his famous "one more thing" phrase, creating a moment etched in Apple keynote history. Enthusiasts affectionately refer to the aluminum-clad Powerbook G4 as the Allbook. This nickname is a nod to its aluminum construction and is commonly used in online communities, showcasing the camaraderie among vintage Apple product enthusiasts. The 12-inch model of the Powerbook G4 became a favorite among users who valued portability without compromising performance. Its compact size made it a go-to choice for those on the move, setting a trend for future portable Macs. The design language and form factor of the Powerbook G4 had a lasting influence on Apple's MacBook lineup. Its sleek lines and minimalist approach laid the groundwork for the design philosophy we see in modern MacBooks. Beyond its tech prowess, the Powerbook G4 found its way into pop culture, making appearances in movies and TV shows. Its distinctive design became synonymous with cutting-edge technology in the early 2000s. Let's not forget the Powerbook G4's upgradability. Users had the flexibility to replace or upgrade components like RAM and hard drives, a feature that added to its appeal among tech enthusiasts seeking customization. Certain configurations of the Powerbook G4 have achieved collector's item status, sought after by those who appreciate the rarity or unique features of specific models. It's fascinating to see how this device has become a prized piece among vintage tech collectors.
Now, let's dive into performance. Back in the day, the G4 processor was a powerhouse. We'll explore how it handles basic tasks, web browsing, and maybe even a bit of retro gaming. Spoiler alert, it's not going to rival the latest MacBook, but it's fascinating to see how far we've come. Moving on to the performance of the Powerbook G4, the beating heart of this vintage powerhouse, let's dissect the technical specifications that made it a game changer. At its core, the Powerbook G4 boasted the PowerPC G4 processor. Back in 1999, this chip was a performance beast, especially excelling in multimedia tasks. It was a key player in the Powerbook's capabilities. Accompanying the G4 processor, the Powerbook G4 offered varying configurations for RAM and storage. Users could customize their machines to meet their specific needs, an attractive feature for those who valued flexibility. Even in its 12-inch form factor, the Powerbook G4 didn't compromise on performance. Its compact size didn't mean sacrificing power, making it a versatile choice for users who needed both portability and capability. Taking a look at connectivity, the Powerbook G4 was a pioneer in its own right. From USB to FireWire, this machine was well equipped for its time. We'll explore the various ports and discuss their relevance today. Now, let's explore the impact the Powerbook G4 had on computing during its heyday. How did it influence the tech landscape, and what lasting impressions did it leave behind? The Powerbook G4 was renowned for its prowess in multimedia tasks. Whether it was graphic design, video editing, or handling rich media content, the G4 processor excelled, making it a go-to choice for creative professionals. Consider this: in its time, the Powerbook G4 was considered a powerhouse. Its combination of the G4 processor and customizable specs meant users could tackle demanding computing tasks without breaking a sweat. This was also the era when Apple made a significant transition to Mac OS X. The Powerbook G4 played a pivotal role in showcasing the capabilities of this modern operating system, providing users with a more robust and stable computing environment. Next up, the software experience. We'll fire up the classic Mac OS and reminisce about the days before Mac OS. How does it handle productivity apps, and what's the nostalgia factor like? Stick around to find out. Now let's fast forward and place the Powerbook G4 side by side with contemporary devices. How does this vintage tech stack up against the gadgets of today? In the world of processors, we've come a long way since the PowerPC G4. Comparing it to the processors of today, the advancements are staggering. It's a testament to the rapid evolution of computing technology. Consider the design aesthetics. While the Powerbook G4 was a pioneer in its time, how does its aluminum-clad elegance fare against the sleek and minimalist designs we see in modern laptops? Let's explore. The 12-inch model of the Powerbook G4 was celebrated for its balance of portability and performance. How does this compare to the Ultrabooks and lightweight laptops of today? Has the quest for the perfect balance evolved? Since the days of Mac OS X on the Powerbook G4, we've witnessed multiple iterations of Mac OS. How do the software features and user experience compare to the latest versions we navigate today? Beyond the specs and comparisons, let's tap into something special: community nostalgia. How does the Powerbook G4 live on in the memories and experiences of its users? In online forums and tech communities, users often share stories and anecdotes about their experiences with the Powerbook G4. These shared memories create a sense of camaraderie among vintage tech enthusiasts. What were the favorite features or quirky aspects that users fondly remember? From the satisfying click of the keyboard to the comforting hum of the hard drive, these details contribute to the collective nostalgia. For many, the Powerbook G4 wasn't just a device. It played a role in personal and professional journeys. How did it impact the lives of its users, and what enduring impressions does it leave? In the pursuit of preserving tech history, some users actively collect Powerbook G4 models. Now let's turn our attention to the software evolution of the Powerbook G4. How has the operating system and software landscape changed since the days of Mac OS X on this iconic device? From the early days of Mac OS X on the Powerbook G4 to the sophisticated Mac OS we have today, the software journey has been remarkable. Let's explore how the user interface, features, and overall software experience have evolved. One unique aspect is the compatibility with legacy software. Users of the Powerbook G4 often had a collection of applications tailored to the era. How does the experience of running these applications compare to the software demands of today? Security has become a paramount concern in the digital age. Considering the advancements in cybersecurity, how does the Powerbook G4's software hold up in terms of modern security standards? Let's dive into the software landscape. Now, for those who still cherish their Powerbook G4, or those who come across one, let's explore some maintenance tips to keep this vintage gem in top shape. First on the list is battery replacement. Over time, batteries can lose their efficiency. If you're still using the Powerbook G4, consider exploring options for replacing the battery to keep it running smoothly. Given the vintage nature of the Powerbook G4, keeping the system updated might require some extra attention. How can users navigate system updates and ensure compatibility with newer technologies? The hard drive is a critical component. Regular checks for health and performance, along with considerations for upgrading to a more modern storage solution, can enhance the overall longevity of the Powerbook G4. For those who appreciate vintage tech as more than just tools, the Powerbook G4 has found its place as a collector's item. Let's delve into what makes certain configurations more valuable in the eyes of collectors. Certain Powerbook G4 models or configurations have become sought after by collectors. Whether it's a rare edition or a unique set of features, these factors contribute to the collector's value. Exploring market trends in the vintage tech world reveals interesting insights into the fluctuating value of the Powerbook G4. How have market dynamics and collector demands shaped the value of this iconic device? The act of collecting vintage tech goes beyond monetary value. It's about preserving tech history. The Powerbook G4, with its design and performance, holds a special place in this historical narrative. Tech communities thrive on shared knowledge and experiences. Let's highlight the valuable contributions of Powerbook G4 users who have shared their insights and expertise. Online forums and communities dedicated to vintage Apple products are treasure troves of information. Users passionately discuss their Powerbook G4 experiences, offer troubleshooting tips, and celebrate the device's enduring legacy. Some users embark on restoration projects, breathing new life into aging Powerbook G4 models. These tales of restoration not only showcase technical skills, but also reflect the dedication to preserving these iconic devices. Enthusiasts often share their experiences with modifications and upgrades. From custom paint jobs to upgraded components, these user contributions add a layer of personalization to the Powerbook G4. User contributions extend to online archives and documentation. Through detailed guides, users have played a crucial role in preserving knowledge about the Powerbook G4, ensuring that its story is passed on to future generations. If you've enjoyed this journey into vintage tech and the Powerbook G4, don't forget to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experiences with the Powerbook G4 or your favorite vintage tech. If you're passionate about tech, from vintage classics to the latest innovations, make sure to subscribe and join our community. We have more exciting tech explorations lined up, and I'd love to have you on this journey. For fellow Powerbook G4 enthusiasts, let's continue the conversation in the comments. Share your favorite features, memories, or any tips you have for maintaining and cherishing these iconic devices. Your contributions make this community thrive.